and gentlemen, welcome to Homegrown Gigglers. Welcome Shaw TV in the house tonight. Yes. Always a pleasure to have you guys coming out and supporting independent comedy. We very much appreciate you for that. Give a big round of applause to Whiskey Creek for hosting us every Tuesday night. Yes. You guys having fun tonight? Tuesday night at Packed House. Anybody do anything interesting this weekend? Drag racing. That's kind of cool. Did you do it yourself or just go? Did you drag yourself? Is that the proper terminology? Did you drag yourself? Your son drag races. Did you buy him a helmet? Oh, thank gosh. All right. Well, that's cool. I've been meaning to get out to the local drag race. That's a cool. They do it on the weekends, Saturday nights? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Keep him safe. Anybody else do anything? Yeah? No? Nothing? You're going to leave me nothing? You know what I did this weekend? I had my first internet fight. Yes. I had my first experience with a keyboard warrior. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Those keyboard warriors. I've never experienced that until this weekend. And it was a very sad situation, actually. My husband and I, after a lot of thinking, we came to the conclusion, and believe me when I tell all you guys, it was not an easy conclusion to make. It was very, very upsetting to us. But we came to the conclusion that we had to rehome one of our dogs. Yes, I know. He was just a little jealous of the baby, and he was getting a little rough with her, and she was in danger. He knocked her down some stairs, and she took a pretty good tumble. She got hurt, so we're like, okay, he's not liking her right now. So I put a post on Facebook. Anybody looking for a dog? Now, I didn't say, hey, the highest bidder. I didn't do that. I said, we're very sad. We have to rehome our dog. Is there any friends or family that would like to come in for an interview process? Like we weren't just going to we loved our dog. This was a sad thing. Holy man. People I didn't even know were sending me messages, and like I could tell they were yelling and screaming at me like, how dare you do this? And I can't believe you're getting rid of your dog, and I could never get rid of my fur baby. And I started thinking, fur baby? We got to get rid of this term, all right? And we got to change it from fur baby to fur husband. All right? Because some of the things these people were saying, they were acting as if this dog should have been equal to my child. Like one woman turned around and said, you know, my puppy, it was horrendous. It used to get up in the middle of the night and chew up all my kids' toys. I never rehomed it. I says, if you don't know the difference between chewing up a toy and tossing my kid down the stairs, then this conversation's irrelevant. Another guy said, well, can't you just keep them separated? And I was like, well, I guess, but I don't know how Child Protective Services is going to feel about me locking the baby in the basement for the next 2 years. And he said, oh, my God, why would you lock your baby in the basement? I said, oh, my God, why would I lock my dog in the basement? I couldn't figure this out. And then they hit me again with the fur baby. I could never get rid of my fur baby. They're just part of the family. Get rid of that term, fur baby. Hashtag it right here, fur husband. Because let me tell you guys, I love my husband dearly. He is part of the family. But if he ever tossed my kid down the stairs, I'd rehome him too. Thank you. All right, you guys, we got a great night of comedy that's going to continue here. Your two headlining comedians are in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, from the comedy troupe, the One-Liners, please welcome to the stage your headlining comedian tonight, Troy Patterson.
And a round of applause for all you guys. You're on TV. Yeah! And you are a very good-looking crowd tonight.
Thank you.
For those that are watching from home, you can't see the audience, but they're very good looking. Very, not you. You guys can't see the crowd. All you guys can see is there's this banner behind me, and it's a banner of a comedy club, a Mad Hatter comedy club. And so it looks like I'm standing outside a Mad Hatter comedy club. But the truth is I'm standing inside a Mad Hatter's comedy club. I'm one of the comics. So recently I shaved my legs. No, I had a big beard just like you, buddy, a couple days ago, and I had hair down to my shoulders. So I shaved it all off. But I remember growing the beard because I thought it would make me look sexy. And then I remember shaving the beard because I thought I'd look sexier. I'm 40 years old, guys. I'm just working with what I got. It's kind of a sad day for me. A couple days ago, my sponsor died, and that guy met with me every 2 weeks for the last 6 years, and I'm grieving. And not that long ago, the guy who got me into comedy, he died too. So I just lost my comedy dad, and now I lost my spiritual dad. I've lost all my hair. And so over the last couple days, I've just been crying on and off, waiting in line, and driving. I'm sad. I'm just at a place where I'm sad. And now I gotta stand up in front of all you guys and make you happy. So here goes. I'll start with my girlfriend's youngest boy made up a joke the other day while we were driving. We almost hit a gopher, and he made this joke up, and I'll share it with you guys tonight. What game do gophers like to play? Golf. Golf. That made my whole day. I had snot come out of my nose when he told that joke. I literally had snot. I am a very phlegmy guy. I pick my nose all the time. I do. I'm like a chronic nose picker. And I eat it too. I'm just like, I pick my nose all the time. This is why I believe in God. No, I'm serious. I drove from Medicine Hat to Calgary one time, and I picked my nose the whole time. The whole 2.5 hours. And when I got to Strathmore, I still found a little gold in the cave. All right? That's a miracle. You've got a hole this big and a shovel this big, and you're still finding stuff? That's a miracle. That's why I believe in God. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's true. Even when I was a kid, I would get picked on in school because I was always picking my nose. Kids would make fun of me. I remember one time, it was my 10-year birthday party, and I wanted to go to Burger King for my birthday, but I didn't. I didn't. I went to McDonald's instead. Now, when you're a kid, I mean, your birthday party being held at Burger King, that's a big deal. But I would only go to McDonald's. And I like McDonald's now, but back then I didn't like them because they had onions on the burgers. But I only went to McDonald's because one of the nicknames the other kids gave me in school was the Booger King. I just didn't want to be an easy target, so I went to McDonald's instead. Yeah, kids were cruel. They used to have this joke about me where they'd say, why does Troy put tinfoil on his nose? Leftovers. He's saving it for later. Yeah. Last time I took my girlfriend out on a date, I went to all 3 McDonald's. We went to one McDonald's for an appetizer, the other one for dinner, and the third one for dessert. And I did that because I thought it would be funny when her parents asked, "Where did Troy take you?" She would have to say, and she did. She said, "He took me to McDonald's." I didn't know that you guys would think that was funny. But that made my whole day. He took me to McDonald's. I'm a bit of an easy laugh. Like yesterday I was at the movie theater and I heard an old lady in the middle of the film go, "I am talking in a quiet voice." It made my whole day. I'm gonna do an impression of a typical man, okay? Do you guys like impressions? Okay. Here's my impression of a typical man. I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush and rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Done! I'm done! I'm done. Now here's my impression of a typical woman. I'm not in a hurry to get things done. I don't rush and rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. I'm not in a hurry, and you know why. And you do know why, and so do I. Because men are fast, and women are slow. And here's why. Because women care about everything. Right? They care about everything. A woman will wake up at 9 and be exhausted by 10 because she just spent an hour caring about everything. Everything? Everything. But men care about nothing. You ever asked a man to recall something you just said to him? He can't do it. Because he doesn't care, he wasn't listening, and he was just waiting for his turn to talk. Men care about nothing, and women care about everything. And that's why men are fast and women are slow. I'm gonna end my set here tonight with a little thing I'll call Top 10 Pickup Lines Gone Bad. Okay? So, top 10 pickup lines gone bad, and then we're done. Number 10. Do you have a mirror in your pocket? Because something happened to your face when you fell from heaven. Nine. Are your legs tired? Because you've been running behind all day. Number 8. Did you recently get a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you. 7. If you were a pimple, and I was a pimple, and everybody was a pimple, I'd pick you. 6. Do you have a quarter I could borrow? Because I promised I'd call my mom when I have AIDS. 5. 4. If I told you you had a nice body, would you hold me in it? 3. Is your father a baker? Because I like your muffin top. If I could rearrange the alphabet, you would pee your pants. 1. How much does a polar bear weigh? Not as much as you. Thanks. Yeah.
You guys, this next comic, he's been doing comedy for a couple years now. Again, too cool for school, man. He changed his name from James Stushnoff to Kool-Aid. Please welcome him to the stage.
So is there anyone out there who's like me and puts everything off to the last minute? I'm really bad with waiting until just before I have to leave for work or wherever to get ready. So I'm finding ways I can do things faster. You combine things together, like you eat while you're taking a dump. Or you get dressed while you're taking a dump. Brush your teeth while you're in the shower. I think I'm a great wingman. Not so much because I always jump on the grenade, but because I'm willing to. But my friends all have wives now. I've realized that because of my ability as a wingman, I don't have to do a lot. I just have to show up. They're like, ooh, I'm gonna have him or I'm gonna have him. My friends look fantastic by comparison. I'm kind of a jerk, and I think it's funny because of that. Like, I have a friend, I met him online, and we'd known each other online for a while before we met in person. So we never really introduced ourselves to each other because we knew the names from online. So the first time my buddy's gonna meet some friends of mine, weird question, well, what do I call you? I'm like, do you call you Robert? Do I call you Rob? Do I call you Bob? Like, he goes, oh, it doesn't matter, whatever you want. Done. My friends now know him as Steve, and he thinks I'm a jerk. Like, I realized, like, after knowing this guy for about 3 years now, that he is dumb. He's gonna be about 40 this year, I believe. And I got a text from him last week. Hey man, did you know that pickles are actually cucumbers? I replied back, I go, please tell me you're joking. He goes, no, I'm dead serious. I found that out this week. But anyways, guys, that's my time.
Give it up for Kool-Aid. We're gonna bring up your next comic. He brought half the room, so you all know who he is. Should I even introduce him, or should we all just say his name on the count of 3? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. 1, 2, 3. So there's his family there. Okay. I just wasn't sure where they moved, where they were all sitting. I think. Okay. You guys, it's a bittersweet situation here because this kid joined the scene 6 months ago, not even. And he's better than all of us. And this is his last show here. He is moving to Calgary, where you're going to see him on TV because he's, well, actually, you will see him on TV. Thanks, Shaw. But, like, David, get up here! Just leaving me hanging, buddy.
Bring this way up. Steph's making me cry. Tuesday night Medicine Hat. Wow. Tuesday night. Yeah, give it up. Wow. And I think Co-op's got their 10 for 10 on too, so this is really nice. You guys opted for the Whiskey Creek tonight. That's kind of you. Did you guys see this in the news? This guy down in Florida, he got pulled over because his headlight was burned out, and the cops found, they searched his car, and they found some white powder in his car, and he went to prison for like 90 days because they just found some white powder because they wanted to get the toxicology back and make sure that it wasn't anything illegal. And he was like, I'm innocent, but he still went to jail for 90 days. And when the toxicology came back, they proved that it was drywall powder. When I wrote that joke, I wanted to actually put it on the end that instead of going to jail for 3 months, they actually they hung the guy, like old school, hung the guy, but that would have been fake noose. Yeah, it only makes me stronger. Keep groaning. Yeah, I just recently got into my 30s. Anybody who is recently just realizing how disappointing life is? Anybody? 30s? Yeah, there we go. Look at those shattered dreams. That's awesome. And it's really tough in your 30s, especially dating in your 30s, because I'm not a woman's like first choice. I'm more like president's choice. You know, like sensible, but like nothing to brag about. You know, your mom's still gonna judge you when you bring me home. And actually, that joke got me a date one time. Well, it was like a whole bag of dates. They were on sale, and I had some points. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it wasn't the funnest Friday night, but my digestive tract felt great on Saturday. I don't know, getting into your 30s and seeing that your life didn't work out the way it was supposed to, I realize we're kind of really quick to label stuff, and I'm kind of done with labels, to be honest. I don't know, I got a little bit of a beef with the grocery store. I think regulations at the grocery store are really lax these days. Well, I'll just tell you a story. I was sold a package of jalapenos, and I took them home, and these jalapenos were so hot. I cut up these jalapenos, and I put them on some nachos, and I was eating them, and I swear to God, they were so hot, they singed my white privilege. Yeah, I know. I live in a safe neighborhood. I even had the doors locked. How did this happen? So, I did what white people do best. I called the cops. I was like, this has to stop, you know. And the lady on the phone, the officer, she was really nice, but she wasn't having it. I phoned, and she was like, you know how like they kind of get that mom voice where they repeat the same thing. And sir, I need you to listen, sir. Listen. I understand. Step away from the jalapeno if it's hurting you. Oh, it's back and forth, and then finally, sir, no. Building a wall around the jalapenos will not do anybody any good. Thanks, guys. Actually, it's kind of interesting. Growing up, my sister and I, we both caught mono at the same time. You got there before I did. Not for those of you who don't know. Well, you guys can help them out. What's the other name for mono? The kissing disease. That is not why we got mono. But we did, and you can't do anything when you got mono. You're like, you go to take like the lock off your locker at school, and you gotta have a nap. Like, it's so tiring. So what we did was just stay at home and watch old VHS tapes of of the Disney films, the animated Disney films, which are just the greatest thing in the world. And I developed this really keen love for Disney. And my favorite one is actually a little bit of a dark horse, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Any fans? That was my sister, by the way. Yeah, I like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it just, I don't know, one thing that most people don't realize is that it's all narrated by this one guy named Clopin. And he's got to be like the worst narrator / journalist in the world. Because you've got this guy, this Quasimodo, who's the bell ringer, and he's running across the top of the Notre Dame Cathedral. This thing was, hundreds of years old, The Hunchback of Notre Dame is about 1863 Paris. And the animators do a great job of clouding this, but you got this Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he's running because he wants to be a part of everybody, and he's not allowed, but he's just singing his heart out, and he's like, if I were in their skin, I'd treasure every instant. And the narrator says, well, yeah, all right. Thanks for that round of indifference. The narrator says, he says, who is this mysterious bell ringer? And I can't help but think, like, did you ask around? Like, the cathedral's, like, not as high as this roof. And he's singing his guts out on this theater, or on top of this cathedral. And I can't help but think that one of the locals, like the baker or something, is like, yeah, what, the hunchback? That funny-looking guy with the set of pipes up there? Jesus, waking me up every morning? Yeah, I know who he is. Why do you even have those bells? So, so this has been a fun ride. Actually, Steph, what am I at for time? So, recently, I got to be the one guy. I got friends and they got kids now, and they let me be around their kids, which is a mistake. Because I don't have kids. I have a dog, and I just treat them the same. And my friends, they got little kids, and I get to be like the first to do a bunch of stuff. And the other day I went to my friend's daughter who's 4, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I went, bonk, in her nose, And she says, what was that? And I said, oh, that's the oldest trick in the book. And that was the first time she'd heard that. But, so that was kind of cool. But some of the things that I'm thinking about are, like the newer tricks in the book. You know what I mean? If you got that book and you went to like the new, like 2016 or whatever, there'd be like, well, maybe not 2016, but one of the new tricks is like extended warranty. Ha! Like that's always worth it. Right? Another one that you see actually in the news a lot is when newspapers, they'll phrase a headline as a question, and they'll be like, is the mayor a murderer? And maybe it's not that extreme, but what are you going to do? Flip to page 4, and it's like, yep, mayor's a murderer. Got a body count of 7. The police are calling him the maniac elected official. I know what you're thinking. Murdering mayor rolls off the tongue a little bit better. I didn't print it. Now you guys are like, did he make up both those crappy names for this joke? Thank you so much, guys. That's my time. It's been an absolute honor being here on stage. Thank you again, and give it up for Stephanie Foley, your host. Thank you again.
Give it up for Humphreys, buddy. We're gonna miss you. He'll be back for Medicine Hat Comedy Festival in August. He'll be stepping on stage with a Canadian Comedy Award winner, and I'm not sure who's gonna be better. So good for you. Give him a round of applause. We're gonna miss you.